Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink, and welcome back to the Demon's Souls livestream series. I had a brief false start, and unfortunately it takes me a little longer these days, as compared to how I used to actually reinitiate the recording because YouTube's very temperamental with its livestream dashboard. Of course, as things evolve, they actually devolve in many ways as well. In fact, they devolve in more ways than they evolve. That is the nature of not just YouTube, but it seems anything digital these days. But anyway, we're not going to get into a discussion about that. We are live again. I'm actually just for good measure going to send the YouTube link into my Discord to make it easier for everyone over there. I'll do it on my PC because it's much faster than having to do it on my laptop, I'll tell you what. My laptop is so damn slow, I really need a new one soon. Of course, for those who don't know the story, I had a laptop that died and then I got one to replace it. It was second-hand, it was intended to be temporary, but I just haven't really gotten around to getting a proper one yet, so yeah, the temporary replacement was technically more functional than the one it replaced, because at least this one turns on, but it's really slow. Hey Jenny, good to see you. Alright, put the stream in the old general chat on my server. And now to get the chat on my laptop. The wonders of setting things up while live. Alright, almost ready. Excuse the delay. So, it's been very hot recently. I'm glad that I didn't end up recording yesterday or the day before because I probably would have melted on camera. It was hitting about 40 degrees Celsius and it was disgusting. Anything within the region of 40 degrees Celsius is just awful. Yesterday in particular was especially terrible because there were high winds as well, and of course you would think in your head, oh, wind, yeah, a nice breeze to cool you down. No. If it's at 40 degrees, the wind's going to be hot. And it was disgusting, and that's not to say that I was going to be doing my recordings outside, but the problem is when I record, I have to close my windows to ensure that no background noise enters the microphone, and if I close my windows on a 40-degree day, I'm gonna die. So I think no matter what, I mean, it just so happened that I wasn't going to record anyway, but if I was going to, I would have died. So, yeah, anyway. Goodness me. Fried chicken and honey at 11 AM. Sounds good. Alright. We're gonna open Bob. Bob. Just to quote Rowan Atkinson. Or Blackadder, I suppose. We are loading Bob. Oh, by the way, vodka today. It's the first time I've really, I've talked about this before. I've always said that I'm not one for vodka, and instead I have a preference for gin, and that of course remains the case. But I realised that my opinion on vodka was probably a little skewed for the reason that I'd never really purchased a proper one. I had always had shitty vodka, and I decided that, well, I could make a determination that, okay, this particular one tastes like shit, but I, across all of them, identified a certain similarity between them all and decided that I wouldn't like that as much as gin, and while that was true, this is a lot nicer. This is a Japanese Suntory vodka. Craft vodka, they call it. Which, incidentally, is better than the shitty cheap vodkas. This one's actually alright. So, just so you know. Yes, and keeping in mind Bob was not intended to be or was it in honour of Bob the Builder, my next door neighbour? I can't even remember now. I don't think it was supposed to, because I don't think I would honour my next door neighbour with having his fake name, his false name that we have given him, to be the name of a character that I do in my Demon's Souls livestream. I feel that that would honour him too much, so I don't think that was the intention, but it works kind of well in that way regardless. Okay, so I need to remember what the hell I'm doing in this build, because I've been playing a lot of other Souls games for once. Usually, when I'm, at least for the last year, whenever I'd be playing a Souls game, it would be this one, and I'd be recording it. So usually, whenever I come back in here, I'm very quick to get my head back into Demon Souls, but I was playing Dark Souls 3 with Ethan fairly recently, a few days ago, and we finished the entirety of the main game and the DLC, and we moved on to the original Dark Souls. I bought the remastered version to play with him, and I've been experiencing the remastered version for the first time. It's mostly the same game, which I'm happy with, and I had identified that to be the case when the remastered version came out, because it looked pretty much the same, but with certain quality of life changes. You know, little things like a bonfire at the Vamos area, and stuff like that, although I still have yet to see that in my own playthrough. That's just something that I identified when the game first released in the remastered form. But yeah, I've also been going back to the original Prepare to Die edition and playing that, not just for the now rebooted Dark Souls livestream series, but also in my own time. I decided to make a character that I did on PS3 a long time ago. I suppose I continued using it right into 2013, around the time I really stopped playing Dark Souls because I really needed to stop playing it. It was basically an Artorias set. It was full Artorias armor, with the Artorias greatsword, and it was like a new game +7, something like that. However high you can get your new game in Dark Souls, I can't remember now, but it was a very, very high soul level character that basically made full use of the Artorias greatsword scalings. You've got a B scaling in intelligence and faith, and a C scaling in both strength and dexterity. So I just wanted to maybe do a reboot of that particular character on the Prepare to Die edition on PC. So that's what I'm doing in my spare time, in addition to playing the remastered version with Ethan. So basically, I've been playing a lot of Souls in recent days, so maybe I'll be playing this game a little better than usual. I wouldn't imagine so. I mean, I'm usually not playing terribly, but I shouldn't be dying stupidly. Point being, my head is well and truly in Souls, but in terms of what I'm actually doing with this build, my head's not really there. I can see that I have a +3 Bastard Sword on hand currently, but I would assume that that is temporary. That's right, I was going to make it quality, but I don't even know if I want to spend Clearstone doing that, because I'm not sure if the Bastard Sword is really a weapon that I want to be using into the endgame. I decided on the Purple Flame Shield as my final shield, because it's much better for well, compared to the large Brushwood Shield, it is a better shield to go with, so I'll be getting that to whatever it goes to, +10 in Hearthstone, I believe. And then I will of course be making the, whatever it's called, the Meat Cleaver, which, as I understand, only requires an unupgraded club of some description in order to forge it. Other than that, you can get a +7 straight sword or something like that, but of course we will take the option that does not require us to upgrade anything. So yeah, we'll do that. Oh, I'd kill him, Jenny. I'd end his life. It's the first spelling. It's just one single S. Hey Chubby, good to see you. I haven't really done anything yet in this recording, I've just been sitting here chatting, but there are a few things I needed to talk about, namely me melting, and then, secondarily, the fact that I've been playing a lot of Souls lately. Just gonna bring my stream up to make sure everything looks A-okay. We're looking alright, I believe. I guess I'm doing rather well, Chubby. It's good to be back. Had a little bit of a break while I was dying over the fucking heatwave in Australia over the last 2 days, but it's nice and, well, it was cool this morning. I mean, it was very pleasant last night going to sleep because it was actually cool. It was, you know, low 20s, and that's pleasant. It's much more pleasant than, you know, 29 degrees at nighttime, and then by 6 AM it's already in the 30s. I mean, it's pretty bad. And you guys probably think I'm actually, how do I say, embellishing, or rather exaggerating the whole thing. No, it was fucking bad. It was 5 AM, and the cicadas outside were so loud yesterday on the Sunday that it was like it was the middle of the day. I had never heard cicadas so loud so early in the morning. Like, it was 5 in the morning and they were just blaring. It was insane. It was like the end of the world. Anyway, moving forward, I need to work out where the hell I want to go. I could continue through World 2 if I really wanted to. Oh, that's right. We haven't done 1-2 yet. Well, I suppose that's next on the agenda, but that's assuming that I'm not really wanting to do something else over here. I've already picked up the soul from the, well, the swollen demon soul, which I hope I put away. I don't have any specific recollection of having put it away, but I'm guessing I did do that. Yes, I did. That's it right there, the swollen demon soul.
You have a...
So, we will, keep it there until such time we will upgrade, or rather, until we do go ahead and make the, Meat Cleaver, yeah. I just really needed to move my frickin' keyboard and my laptop and all that because it was too far over there, not in my field of vision. At least not sufficiently in my field of vision. You should ignore every other game and stream Cyberpunk 2077 in 10 days. Haha, no. Moving on. Ha, you cringed when I fat rolled. Well, unfortunately at this point, that's all I have available to me. For those who are not familiar, you've got two types of rolls here. You've got fat roll and fast roll. If you're not fast rolling, you're fat rolling. And that's what we'll have to deal with, because we are going to be using a heavy build. We are using full fluted knight, we are using the purple flame shield, and we will also be using the Meat Cleaver. So that means no fast roll for us, even if we do have the ring of great strength and lots of endurance, or at least, you know, as much as endurance, or rather, as much endurance as I want to use. It'd be nice if I could actually get my fucking brain in gear, wouldn't it? I really need to make a decision on what the hell I'm doing. I'm pretty sure I took care of everything I wanted to take care of over there. I guess I just really wanted to get the swollen demon soul immediately. And now I just need to go into World 2, I would guess. And, oh, that's right, that's what I was planning on doing. It was killing the Flame Lurker, because we need to get the red hot demon soul to actually make the Meat Cleaver. That's the entire point. So that's what we'll do, I suppose. And I know that we can get a club in World 2 as well, so looks like I have found our next objective, although I would like some sort of non-slashing weapon. I could use my crossbow to kill the... Yeah, maybe we could upgrade the crossbow. What? This isn't a... this is just a light crossbow, this here. I'd like a heavier crossbow, but maybe we can upgrade this in the meantime. We don't have any Archstone, I don't think, which is a little annoying. And I don't think I really have any bolts either. So with that in mind, let's scrap that idea, because that's too much of a bloody hassle. And we'll just go in and fight the enemies. And hopefully we'll somewhat succeed. True Souls players only fat roll. No. I'd beg to differ on that one. I just know the game that well, Chubby. I can't really understand any of this. I mean, I can read some of it, but... outside of that, so... For instance, like, most of what you have here, I mean, this really is not a terrible Japanese game to play if you don't know how to read Japanese, because so much of it is based in English, like, all the names are actually in English, but with katakana, for example. And you can see that even here, with each tab it says, like, even the world tendency screen, you've got all this stuff in English. And the reason why, I mean, I went over this last time, it's because there's a certain degree of authenticity from the perspective of the Japanese if you have English present in a game of this setting. So, yeah. There is actual English voice acting and all of that business, so...
You want to play, don't you?
Yes, yes, yes. Wow, a new Spyro the Dragon game is going to be announced early next year. Is this going to be like a massive reboot? Let me guess. Let me fucking guess. It's going to be an open world sandbox where we can fly around as Spyro. Just fucking guess? No. It really depends on what they're going to go with. But if they knew what was good for them, they would definitely release a game like that. Because I enjoyed playing games like Dawn of the Dragon where I could, you know, fly around the place freely. It was really fun. So if they did an open world version of that, I can assure you they'd be the toast of the town very quickly. Among the mainstream gamers. Give them an open world sandbox and they'll be, well, they'll need a box to... Well, they'll be filling a box with their ejaculate, but anyway. Don't quite know what I'm trying to say. Anyway. Well, I know what I'm trying to say, and you probably know what I'm trying to say. I'm just being crude, I suppose. Alrighty. A sequel to the recent trilogy remake. Okay, that's interesting. And I did hear that the trilogy was remade. Didn't really pay much attention to it, but I did hear of it when they did release that, so if there's a sequel to that, then that's pretty cool. Is it a story sequel, or is that to suggest that it will be more of the same in terms of the gameplay aspect? I do wonder. I suppose it would be awkward to have a sequel that was a completely different game, functionally speaking. It's like calling Breath of the Wild a sequel to Twilight Princess. I mean, you could say story-wise that it was, but it wouldn't really feel like a sequel now, would it? Anyway. More like a new iteration would be the term. Can you fucking just go away? The reason why I'm forcing myself to backstab them is because I really am not doing much damage given the fact that this is a slashing weapon, and also I cannot parry them with a shield of this size. So I'm basically forced to fish for backstabs like a little cretin. Oh, can I not get flame toss in the back? That would be just delightful, to be completely honest. So of course I do not like dogs, never liked dogs. They've always pissed me off, for as long as I can remember. Doesn't matter how much time passes, I will always despise the dogs. Having a sword that swings like this also is going to help me against the dogs, but they're still annoying, that's just how it is. Yeah, much larger worlds. Well, there'd be no point, would there? Imagine releasing a new game today without an expansive world. I mean, no one would play it, right? I don't know if I love the originals, to be honest. I haven't played enough of them. I haven't explored Spyro sufficiently, and I want to explore it in full on the channel. I have every intention of playing pretty much every Spyro game. It just hasn't really happened. I played a bit of Dawn of the Dragon, and I played a bit of the original, and that was it. That was my extent. The original being the PlayStation 1 Spyro the Dragon. But I haven't really delved into the series beyond that, so I really wanted to do that, and I still haven't gotten around to it. I was going to do Let's Plays of it, you know, not just live stream playthroughs, like actual Let's Plays of each game. And, yeah. Now I'm a bit all over the place as far as how I feel with doing Let's Plays on the channel at all, because it seems that that's not what people want. But, I'm not going to bother with the Ring of Herculean Strength. I'll just drop things that I don't need. For example, the Iron Knuckles and the Slave Shield and the weird shield. I think that's the leather. Is that the leather shield? I think so. But anyway. Hey, you got some Clearstone. Very nice. I don't know if I want to use that for this bastard sword, because again, I don't want to waste Clearstone on something that I wouldn't want to use towards the end of this build. I think I'd rather save it for the Claymore or something, because if you think about it, in this game, the Claymore is basically a better version of the bastard sword, and it seems to be consistently that way throughout the Souls games. So, can you actually maybe not do that? Should just, you know, be a little more sensible with how I'm playing. That might help the situation. Just a little bit. But anyway. I do agree that Japanese is a beautiful language. It is by far the most pleasant of all the Asian languages by a considerable margin. Some of the Asian languages out there make you want to, well, not that they make you want to, but they just happen to, simply by how they sound, cause your ears to bleed. And then others make you just laugh out loud. But the Japanese language is very beautiful and fluid sounding and very clear. Of course you can have strange accents, but if you're used to nicely spoken Japanese, you can appreciate the weird accents more. But, yeah, lovely language. The culture has its issues, though. There are some major issues in the culture, but there are aspects to it that I like too. Uh-oh. Okay, I was worried that I was going to get hit there. Okay. If you do play all the Spyro games, A Hero's Tale is the Dark Souls 2 of the Spyro series. What the fuck? I think I recall that. I think I recall that. I think there's a few really shitty games in the series though, so I'm not sure if saying the Dark Souls 2 in the series really works, because the assumption there is that every single other game is like a damn near masterpiece, and then there's that one outlier. Well, I'm pretty sure there's at least 4 or 5 woefully shit games in the Spyro series, so yeah, I don't know. If that means Hero's Tale is even worse than what I just described, then I'm really concerned. Stream Monster Hunter Freedom Unite on iOS. I will not be doing that. We've gone over this before. I don't know what that is. I think, oh, it's a pickaxe, that's right, excuse me. Here I am trying to figure out what I should drop so that I can pick up a weapon that I won't even use. I was about to say that there was a a crystal lizard spider. A crystal lizard that I might be able to kill just a little further up. But that one drops spider stone, not clear stone. Alright, well you can go down there, sir. I'll pick you up. Of course, souls do not weigh anything in this game. Of course, referring to the souls that you would consume in your inventory. Now, normally I wouldn't like to shield a flame toss, but I'm using the purple flame shield. It is literally designed to do that. So, there you go. I'm not too afraid to shield a flame toss under these circumstances. Okay. What's really pissing me off is that I'm just shy of a one-shot when backstabbing these guys. All I would need to do is increase my strength 1 point, and I'd be one-shotting them. Alright, I think it is time for the Re of Herculean Strength. The situation demands it at this point. Oh. Well, I suppose we would have to forego the effects of the Thief Ring. Thief's Ring. Why did I say Thief Ring? I mean, I've never said that in my life. I've always said Thief's Ring because that's what it's called. It is the ring belonging to a thief. Or thieves in general. Oh, can you please backstab, for fuck's sake? I mean, I understand that I was miles away from hitting the backstab, but you know. At least allow me to backstab after I have failed. Because that would be the nice thing to do. Game. Okay. Got some more items from the bag carrying man. Just fucking backstab, please. Oh yeah. So that sounds like a fun game, Gessiger. Lots of clear stone there. I'm happy to see that. Also, Gessiger, I do hope that you are content to have me continue calling you Gessiger, as opposed to changing the way in which I would refer to you to something like just some rando on the interwebs. Like, I'm not going to start calling you rando, I'm not going to start calling you interwebs, because you are not the interwebs, although that word may be present in your name. But, yes, you shall be Gessiger. Just, oh god. It's like he knew I was there and he was offering his back, and when I missed, he's like, okay, well fine, if you're going to waste my time, then I'll attack back. He knew that his death was nigh. He tried to make it easier, but then he lost patience. That's alright. I suppose if I were playing a little better, he wouldn't have to lose his patience like that now, would he? Okay, there is one more troll with a bag, or scale miner. I've always called them trolls, because they are a bit like trolls, aren't they? I mean, look at them. I view them as trolls. That's what I've always called them, but not really recently. I guess I recently remembered that they're called scale miners, so now I've been calling them that. Things when I say miner, I imagine, instead of M-I-N-E-R, I imagine M-I-N-O-R. So, yeah. I don't like minor birds. So, it's a bit odd to say that word and have a bird into your mind, but that's why I don't like saying that. I'm the first person to pronounce it right, it's not difficult. Like, how would people fucking pronounce that any other way? How could they... what? Does the G-H confuse them? I mean, I'd understand if they were not familiar with the English language, but... Gessiger. You just read the fucking letters and spell them out, I don't know. It's not fucking complicated. Maybe it's one of those situations where, because it's a strange word, they don't properly read it and they almost insert letters that don't exist. And that does happen with some people's names, I do find. And even I have that issue sometimes, but Gessica's fairly simple, straightforward. Let's kill the fire lizard. I don't know if this guy has an official name outside of fire lizard. Maybe it's flame lizard. I don't know. Something a little more official sounding, perhaps. But fire lizard is aptly descriptive and should be sufficient as far as indicating what I'm referring to when it comes to my dear viewers and wanting to know what I'm talking about. We're about to open the shortcut to my friend, my mate, Blacksmith Ed, who is a slightly less insufferable individual as compared to Baldwin, his twin brother. Now it seems that Ed and Baldwin actually have some sort of relationship, or some sort of genetic relationship, with that of these creatures here, because they have very similar scales on their bodies. Now, I don't really know the lore behind that, and you'll have to forgive me for not knowing that, because I generally don't focus on the lore of any of the Souls games, much less Demon Souls, which was a game that I was playing before I really even knew that there was proper lore in the Soul series at all. But, because it became very clear that there was rich lore with the arrival of the first Dark Souls game. There was rich lore here, it's not like it wasn't present, it's just it was not as clear. I really hate not being able to one-shot these guys. I'm tempted to just level up once, just to be able to do... Oh, can you not? Of course, it's been a little more slow going because of my limited damage here, but hopefully you can forgive me or something. Geisiger? Fuck's sake. Hey, how? It's a fucking... There's one E. Anyway. Geisiger. Well, I mean, if you were to tell me that that's how it was pronounced, I'd pronounce it that, but that's certainly not what I would go to initially. I've got two guys with bags here, hallelujah. In fact, I'm going to return to the Nexus to put all this stuff away anyway. Look at all this business. Can't be carrying this forever. Eventually I'm going to run out of space, even with the Ring of Herculean Strength. Actually, I'm not going to, because I've still got, like, 41 fucking points left, so... I should be okay. Or 41 units. I like saying points. That doesn't really make much sense now, does it? Does it? I hope I'm not, Yeah, it looks like the volume of my mic's alright. I was a bit worried that I wasn't loud enough. Oh, I didn't mean to fall right there, but that's fine, I guess. As long as it's fine as long as I don't die. Death is what is no longer fine. Either way. So, again, I'm not sure. That's right, I was going to wait for the Claymore, wasn't I? Because the thing is, I'm going to have so many points into strength that having a Claymore is going to be good anyway. Because, of course, the Claymore has, from memory, a 24 strength requirement for one-handing, so, yeah. We're going to be doing a quality build that will probably have 40 strength, 40 dex, something like that. So, yeah, I'll definitely have enough strength to use the Claymore, that's not going to be an issue. Okay.
Hello,
I'm going to put away all of this stuff. And we will see if we can level up once. I've only got 3,800 souls, it's not many at this point. But, maybe it'll be enough. We'll see. And if it's not, then we have some souls to consume, although not many. We will see if we can manage a single level up. I really don't know what my requirements are. Yeah, okay. We're a bit shy of the required number. However, we might be able to get there, like so. It's not looking hopeful. Oh no, I think we've made it. No, I think we're still short. Yeah, we're still short. Oh. We do technically have available some soul farming. Well, we do have an option to soul farm in World 4 2, but the problem is we're really underpowered for that particular confrontation with the Reaper, so I don't think I would want to do that. It's really important for me to get this level up though, so what I'll probably do is try to get the soul somehow. What options do I have? I really just have to go into an area and kill some enemies, don't I? Okay, how about 4-1? Kill the skeletons and return. Hello, Gaming, good to see you. Ethan, if you're watching, Mr. Silent Viewer, let me know if you are going to be ready in about an hour and a half's time to play some Dark Souls. Would like to know. It really is getting hot just sitting in here with my window shut. I mean, it's not as hot of the day today as it was yesterday, but by God, it's still heating up a little bit. And that is because we are approaching the hottest part of the day, admittedly. So killing all these skeletons around here should be enough to get myself up to... It's kind of shocking that I can backstab these guys one shot, but not the scale miners. But yeah, we should have enough to level up after this. And we technically have enough now, but I may as well, while I'm here, kill the rest of these guys. There we go. Good day. Oh yeah, that's right, I have the Thief's Ring unequipped now. I guess I need some more endurance because I'm really not doing too well for item burden, I can tell. Or rather, vitality, not endurance. Of course, endurance is equip burden. Okay, I will put the Thief's Ring back on for now, but I'm guessing we're not doing... Yeah, look at that. We're almost already over encumbered, so... Oh, that's a shottle. Fairly rare drop from those guys. Interesting weapon. Not one that I usually use for the reason that there are better dex weapons, and there are also more interesting dex weapons that can hit through shields, so... Well, mainly one in particular that I'm thinking of, which is the Blind. Goodness. Probably gonna need some water soon. Some little parched. The worst thing is drinking spirits on a hot day, let me tell you. Because then you basically need one of those, you know, those stupid things where you gotta, well, I guess it's not stupid, it's functional, but it's stupid to be, drinking from one of these things if you're sitting in a chair. But, you know, you've got the plastic tube, or the rubber tube, rather, and you just put it in your mouth and suck the water from a tank on your back or something. That'd be funny. I mean, it could be plastic, could be rubber, probably plastic, ideally. But, maybe I don't know the ideal material, and maybe I shouldn't dwell on such points because they're not entirely important. Okay, let's go and level up with you. So we're putting one point into strength, I'm guessing. We could put some points into dexterity, but I'm not sure if that's going to be enough for this particular weapon to get more damage out. So I'm going to put 1 point into strength, then I'm going to actually leave it alone. I'm not going to touch it again after that. After this, we're going to put points into dexterity because we have left it behind quite a bit. This is a quality build. We need more dex. Oh yeah, that's right, you were having issues, weren't you, Potato? So your RAM and CPU have started acting up as well as your graphics card. I guess it is time for an upgrade. And it does hurt your wallet, most certainly, but the way I do it is I spend a shitload of money once and then wait for 6 years and then spend a shitload of money again. That's the way I do it. Because, for example, I mean, I got my current PC 3 years ago, and it runs exactly as it did when I got it 3 years ago, which is something that I'm not really familiar with, like usually over a period of time, and I guess part of it might be because I used to thrash my PCs really hard and fill them with viruses beyond imagination, but and that's not because I didn't know what I was doing, it's just I mean, I was always pretty virus savvy, it just depends on what you're exposing yourself to. I used to expose myself to the most insane viruses in the world, like stuff that would just, well, technically not extremely malicious spyware, but extreme in the sense that it would just destroy everything. Almost to the point where it would physically affect your hardware. But, yeah, it was pretty bad. But the point is that, even so, if you spend a lot of money on something really good, you'll be comfortable to stay with it for a long time. And, yeah, that's the situation. For you, if you don't mind. It's almost December, shit. Almost done with the year of 2020. Quite a historic year, isn't it? It's going to be strange looking back on this this time of history, knowing that I lived through it. Okay. You're gonna die, sir. Yeah, you barely cleaned it. I need to clean my PC again because I actually fucked up my my blower duster. Need to buy a new one. That's another one of those purchases that I've just been neglecting. So I haven't cleaned my PC for a little while, but yeah, that'll have to happen. Especially during the summer, I would guess. Huh. Don't say that. It might be, you might be right, but... Even if it is the prologue, it's still going to be significant for the reason that it was the year that started it all, you know. The beginning of the end. So I should be one-shotting these guys now, yes I am, thank God for that. I can save a bit of my damn time now. Go pick up this item instead of finishing him off, for example. You know, little things like that. Important things. Quality of life. Okay. So there's a crystal lizard over here, again, spider stone from memory. Well, not just from memory, but what I was meaning to say by that is that I do remember that it's spider stone. Very... pick this up and get the fuck out. Oh, that was a little close for comfort, but, or a little too close for comfort, that is to say. But what I was really meaning to say was, I don't know if it's possible, or rather I can't remember if it's possible, for clear stone to drop. It was only fairly recently that I was trying to get spider stone from that very crystal lizard on a previous build. Now I think the club that I can access, or rather I think there is a club that I can access over here. I don't know if I'm fast enough for this. Let's be nice and careful and ensure that we are going fast enough. We don't want to fuck that up. Because I believe there is a club here. That's a reinforced club. The attack pattern of which I'd like to confirm. Wow, that's heavy. Look at that. I didn't remember that being so damn heavy. Now, I'm assuming that this is something that can be upgraded to the Meat Cleaver at +0. I'm pretty damn certain of that. Alright. Now let's go and put our armor back on. Because we are a heavy set. And it's interesting because the icons used to indicate what armor piece we are equipping is actually the Fluted Knight set. Or no, it's actually a different chest piece there, but it's essentially the same headpiece. Unless it's a different angle. Actually looks like a different chest piece to that of the Fluted Knight set, despite the helmet obviously being the same. But anyway. Okay. So that was a little bit of a, I guess you would call, a setback, time-wise. But it was worth it. We got a club that will hopefully do what we wanted to do, which is serve as a +0 upgrade for our main weapon of the build. Here we go again. With the old... Okay, really? I just put on the Ring of Herculean Strength for that? That's alright. I'm going to need it in the future anyway. That's the steel shield down there. I'm not going to pick it up because I don't need it. Oh, I wouldn't. I would love the bubonic plague. Everyone's worried about fucking COVID. Yeah, wait until you get the Black Death. Of course, the major issue of the Black Death was that, there was less hygiene, or there was less hygiene in those days, but I think this is going back to the 1300s, but still, the effects of it would be pretty horrendous. There is the bubonic plague in China currently, or at least it was. I'm gonna die here, I swear to God, I'm gonna die. And you see, the thing is, I didn't intend to roll that many times. My game caught up to me pressing circle to roll. I'd maybe pressed it 3 times, and I rolled twice, and then I actually managed to roll a 3rd time. It was ridiculous. I mean, that's not what I wanted at all. Really stupid. My main concern here is that it's a bloody waste of my time. That's what's really frustrating for me at this point. Whatever. But I remember, it was late last year, I remember reading information that the Black Death had resurfaced in China somewhere. And then there was some other weird shit going on in Mongolia a number of months ago. Anyway. Or was it Kazakhstan? No, it was Kazakhstan, excuse me. But, whatever. I mean, no, there was shit going on in Mongolia too, wasn't there? God, yeah, Kazakhstan, Mongolia, everything's going wrong. I don't want to deal with you guys. I'm just not doing enough damage, I'm sick of you. Go away. I'm stressed. I mean, obviously I know how to avoid doing insufficient damage to these guys. It's not necessarily forcing myself to do backstabs, but rather it's investing slightly into a partially upgraded spear and then using that. But no, I'm bloody lazy. I just want to get through this place. I want to fight the armor spider, and then I want to get to World 2, kill the flame lurker, and get myself the weapon I deserve. Alright, you can die, please. I hate these fucking lizards, I really do. They're so dangerous. Hi. I'm not doing too well with my stamina management at the moment. Are you kidding me? Are you actually fucking kidding me? I don't think I got my souls back. Well, I don't think I had too many on hand, to be honest. Well, that was a really stupid mistake. You know, I really haven't died here for a long time. I know the reason why that happened is because I didn't have the Thief's Ring active, and I was obviously acting as if I had the Thief's Ring active, because I just ran past those enemies and then decided to stop up the top there and just fight those lizards without a care in the world. Well, actually, I was being pursued. And the leash range is different without the Thief's Ring, which is really annoying. Stupid. Waste of my fucking time, but sometimes it happens. The biggest issue here is that I am doing fucking awful damage for this area because of what I've chosen to use. So, okay, I guess I'm forced to fucking fight these assholes. I mean, these assholes I don't have to fucking fight, but the idea is I don't want to keep these guys alive if I'm going to fight the ones further up. I'm attacking them so that I can move around them. They have blocked me in that doorway. Can you just, I mean, you're either attacking me or you're not. Like, don't just fucking stand there and decide. Fucking do it. Oh my god, just... Yeah, come on. And I can't rotate around you clockwise because the other arsehole's there. For fuck's sake. You still managed to hit me with that massive arc swing. Frustrating, to say the least. I can't see shit. Alright. So you're fucking dead. Thank God for that. My friend with the ambush. No, I'm just gonna fucking parry your ass. Because I've been, well, I haven't been complaining, but I've said, I can't parry because of my shield. Well, I'm not forced to shield him. Excuse me. Okay. Backstab you. God, it's getting hot. Probably because, you know, it's getting progressively hotter as I keep my windows shut for longer. That's probably how that works. Anyway. I've never emulated this game. I was planning on doing it eventually, but it didn't happen. I'm sure there will come a time where I start emulating. Well, I would say the time that I start emulating will be the time that I run out of characters for all of these builds. In fact, no, what I would do is not just okay. Here's what I would do. I'd create a certain number of characters. I believe after this build, I've got space for 3 more characters on this PlayStation profile for all the versions of the game that I have in total. So that's 3 characters in total. So, once I have filled those, and also returned to all the characters that I wanted to in New Game Plus and beyond, then I'll start emulating the game. And recording it for you. That way. It's a little more comfortable for me to record it this way, which is why I'm not entirely, wow, fuck that up. It's because I was somewhat stuck in the animation of me removing it. But, yeah. That's probably when I'll emulate it. It will be a better experience, obviously. Not just for you, but also for me, probably. But I love the emulation to be real good once I'm going to start recording it. Are you fucking kidding me? The worst is when you get flinched out of the attack, because these guys jump forward so far. Fucking lizard bastards. There we go. The worst part, oh look at this, we already have a dog chasing us. We've got a few dogs chasing us. This is what it means to go through this area without the Thieves' Ring. Holy shit. Maybe I should just use a Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. The reason why I don't want to is because I'm so close to the boss and it feels like a waste. Whenever I'm close to a boss, I hate using a Stone of Ephemeral Eyes just to get my health back, because I think, well, I can get to the boss and kill the boss without all of my health, come on. So, I don't know. Maybe the Ring of Great Strength isn't necessary. I hadn't even considered that. Is it? It is. My endurance is way too low. So yes, Ring of Great Strength, an absolute necessity at this point. It is possible to play multiplayer in Demon's Souls. It's even possible to play on console. Basically the way you do it is by setting up a proxy server on the PlayStation 3. And then the proxy server will be the, whatever the private server is. And then, I don't know if you have to do anything on your PC, you might have to, but I know that there's a way to do it. There is a community that does it. It's now a private community. And, well, I don't know. Because I wasn't, when it was mentioned a long time ago, and when I was talking about it a long time ago in this series, you know, let's say a year and a half ago, I said at the time, well, I'm not really desperate to play this game online. It's not, I don't feel the urge, so I'm not going to bother with it yet. And I still feel that way, so I'm not going to bother with it. So there you go. That's the way it is. Got some clearstone. Always happy to get some clearstone. It's funny because when you need the clearstone, you start to pay attention to how frequently you get it. I was thinking in my head, wow, I don't know how often we'll be getting clearstone as we play here, but actually, we are getting it fairly often, which I'm happy to see. Oh, for fuck's sake, why are you so aggressive? Just... Sometimes you like to walk around not really knowing what the fuck to do with yourself, and then other times you're just so damn aggressive and pursuant and etc, etc. And this is without the Thieves' Ring. In both circumstances, well, both circumstances are possible without the Thieves' Ring. It's not like they're aggressive without the Thieves' Ring and then docile with it on. You can have it off and both are an issue, in the sense that it's inconsistent. So, anyway, got some Sharpstone there. Large Sharpstone more specifically. There is a ring of... Is this poison resistance or gas resistance? Poison resistance. Gas resistance is from patches and also from World 1-2. It is a pretty game, isn't it? Of course, Ethan is directly comparing it to Dark Souls, which, as I explained to him and as I've said a few times before while recording, is basically intended, because this is the pretty game, and Dark Souls is the dark, gritty game. In fact, it's basically in the name, isn't it? Dark Souls. It's supposed to be a dark game, so they made it look less polished. This is the polished game right here. So... Huh. Well, I think You Died is a better end screen than Game Over. Because if you think about it, it's not game over, at least not these days. Game over, I guess, originates from the arcade era, where it actually was game over and you'd have to put another coin in and play again from the beginning. Whereas it's not really like that here. It kind of is in a sense, but you're still making progress. It's not actually starting the game over from the beginning. It's not like the beginning of the home console era, where you'd actually run out of lives and have to play again, and that was called game over. That was game over. You had an instance of play that is now over, and you have to begin, or rather start from the beginning again. So it seems weird to clutch, or rather hang on to that term when it's no longer applicable today. I guess it's fine. Oftentimes you do have words in use that are no longer applicable today, but are still used for certain... Well, they are applicable because that's how they're still used, but in actual fact it refers to something from the past that we don't do today, but it's still in use in the same way. One of those is game over. It's like, well, like you die in Breath of the Wild and it says game over. It's like, well, no, I'm returning to my last save. It's not game over. The game continues, just a little further back. So it's better if it says you died, because, you know, you're dead. That's what happened. And then what happens after that depends on the game. So you've only been to an arcade once in your life. Seeing as though I'm playing a Japanese game, I may as well talk about this. I've mentioned it before, but I had a few culture shocks when I went to Japan for the first time in 2010. Just a few months before the big earthquake and tsunami of early 2011. But one culture shock that I did have was looking at the Japanese game arcades. You had all those, well, I suppose it must have been in the afternoon because there were some students hanging around. And also younger kids, you know, primary school kids. And you would notice that you had the arcade, and you had lots of different age groups in there. But also in the arcade, almost mixed in with the regular game arcade machines, were straight up gambling machines. Right there, and right in front of, like, kids. And the thing is with gambling machines, if you've ever seen them, you know, those slot machines, they're designed to look very, very pretty. They look beautiful. The way they glow, the way they look, it's all part of the psychological effect of a gambling machine. And they had that pretty much fully in view of kids. And also, I'm assuming they're not allowed to play. I mean, obviously, but they're not that backwards. But the point is that in Australia, it's just not like that. The gambling machines are basically hidden in a separate room. And even if they're not hidden, they're certainly not mixed into an environment with actual gameplay arcade machines. So, yeah, a bit weird. And that was one of the culture shocks that I had over there. The biggest culture shock, however, was just turning on the television, flipping through the channels, and then suddenly watching porn. Like, this wasn't, you know, I didn't input a special key into my fucking remote. And I was at like a regular, you know, normal hotel in Tokyo. Flipping through the channels, porn. Actual straight up porn. And I was like, what? I was just glad that my mother wasn't there to see it, because it would have been a bit awkward. Imagine that. Imagine if I was in my hotel room with my mother, and then all of a sudden there's porn on the screen. Like, it was literally a guy on top of a girl, and he's basically, well, I suppose I won't describe it, but it wasn't softcore, let me put it that way. It wasn't sex, but, you know, he had a dildo, let me put it that way. Why am I even bothering to say, I won't be explicit, and then basically say what it is? Anyway, I wanted to have at least some degree of, well, I wanted to be somewhat conservative. Anyway. It was just weird, okay? That was my biggest culture shock, because, obviously, in any partially westernized country, you can't just flip through the regular channels on what you'd call cable TV and find porn. It just doesn't happen. And this was in the middle of the day also. This was not fucking 2 AM, this was probably at like 10 AM, or maybe even in the afternoon. I can't remember what time of day it was, but, you know, Just not normal, not what you'd expect. But, yes, I did accidentally find porn. Because it's not hard to find on TV in Japan, apparently. So, that was interesting. I don't know how a spider is spitting fire, guess again. I really don't. But, yes. That is the nature of the confrontation. We have to try and not get hit by fire. It is so hot in my room right now. If I do look flushed at all, in fact I don't. I actually look pretty normal. But, it's really hot in here. I do find it really interesting. I mean, they're not on YouTube anymore, but my previous recordings for my Skyward Sword Let's Play, my live Skyward Sword Let's Play, I would do... Well, no, actually, it wasn't live for the most part. Most of it was not recorded live, but I was on screen in my full body, almost. Well, not full body, more like head to waist. But it was actually disgustingly hot and I was dying. And I would look at the recordings and you couldn't tell that I was actually that hot. Like, it was at the point where I had sweat dripping down my back. I felt like it was horrendous. And you'd look and I looked fine, I looked fairly normal. So, partially because I was a little distant from the camera, but, yeah. I'm not at that point now, but... I suppose I can talk about Japan a little more. Another culture shock that I had in Japan was with... I was in Miyazaki, which is a little further south, or much further south than, say, Tokyo. And there was a political campaign in Miyazaki at the time. And I was staying with a friend of my mother's in an apartment. And they had a nice unit overlooking the beach. And going along the beachfront was a vehicle for a political campaign, and they had the megaphones blaring with some guy preaching in Japanese. Well, not really preaching, because that might be taken literally in a religious context, or in a religious sense. But he was basically spewing whatever his manifesto was over the fucking megaphones. Now, I don't know if that was actually a guy in the van speaking, or if it was a recording, but it was fucking loud. And you just don't see that over here. It was weird. It was very odd to me. But, because over here, you'd have to have a specific demonstration or a specific event. This was just a fucking vehicle driving around. Just, okay, there's a vehicle here, and now it's, you know, well, you're basically forced to listen to what they have to say. That's the idea. Oh my god. You're a terrible person, Potato. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that today? You should be ashamed. Well, I suppose at that point, it was either you or him, wasn't it? So maybe you don't have any regrets, because being banned from the family PC for years is pretty bad. But I must say, banning him for a few years is a bit of a fucking overreaction. I'd understand why you wouldn't want your son watching porn on the family PC, that makes sense, but a few years for that? At least, you know, a few months to make it very clear that there's going to be a severe punishment, but like, a few years? What's going on? What were you looking at? Fucking, you know, bestiality? What was going on there? It's totally unnecessary in my opinion. Unless you came from a very, very conservative household. I'm sure you found it hilarious, but anyway. You must have been a nice brother. So I'm just going to make my way over to the boss for the reason that I already have a club that I hope is going to be something we can upgrade into the Meat Cleaver immediately. And if not, then we can go and grab the club that I know to be in World 2 too. But, because it's a little further over that way, it's towards where Patches is. Oh, you let him use your laptop to make up for it. Well, imagine if you didn't let him use your fucking laptop, even then. That would be pretty fucking rude, now wouldn't it? At least you've got half a decent bone in your body, Potato. I'm happy to hear that. starting to wear on me. My inability to kill these guys efficiently. It's wearing on me a lot. When you were a kid, porn was on paper called magazines. Well, we've been over this, Ethan. You didn't have access to the internet for a while. But I guess it was more common in the early 2000s and late 90s to not really have much internet access. Which is why, you know, up until probably even the mid-2000s even, it was very common to have strategy guides printed because, you know, why would you use the internet? If we look, like, PC gaming was always different, though, because PC gamers didn't have access to the internet. So usually, let's take the Elder Scrolls series, for example. The unofficial Elder Scrolls wiki goes back to 1995. And that's not some bullshit. There was, like, an actual, functional, comprehensive wiki in 1995 on the Elder Scrolls series. At that time, obviously encompassing the original Elder Scrolls Arena. And then they were straight on Daggerfall when that came out. But, you know, 1995 was not a time where many people were looking at strategy guides on the internet. They probably wouldn't even expect to find the specific game that they wanted to learn about on the internet. But they probably had an understanding that there would be information about certain games, but perhaps not whatever they'd happen to play, but, yeah. It was out there, and generally the people who were engaging in that sort of thing early on, 1995 was a fairly early, you know, era for the internet. Okay, now I'm really getting pissed off because I'm getting overpowered. Do I have any more bag, guys? I think I've got one with a bag? No. None of you guys have bags. Can you fuck off? There was one more fucking cart. You've got to be joking. I didn't know that there was a cart there. Of course, I'm referring to the cart with the exploding orb above it. There's always that one that comes later and then it takes you by surprise. Well, it usually doesn't take me by surprise. By the way, I think, yes, that crystal lizard has clear stone. I know it does. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a stone of ephemeralize. I've only got 4. Anyway, I was making an overall point there, but sort of lost it. I was forgiving Ethan for not having access to the internet at that point in his life. Looks like I'll be able to successfully kill this crystal lizard. This is assuming I don't get attacked from behind. Okay, I've got like a few regular clearstone shards, whatever. As well as hardstone. Okay, where is a bag guy? Are there any bag guys? I'm really getting sick of it. You know, that was clearly too much damage. I don't know what my health was at that point, but that was too much damage as far as I'm concerned. That was fucking rude. And what's especially fucking frustrating at that point is not only am I all the way down the tunnel, so now there's a risk that I'll lose my souls if I fuck up again, but also I wasted a fucking stone of ephemeralize only to die. So I'll have to use the cling ring for this fight because I'm not wasting another one. Fuck you, fucking shit! I can't take off my goddamn Herculean strength ring. Everything's going down the tubes, everyone. Let's go ahead and use another one, shall we? Whatever. Whatever. Can we make it? Yes, we can. It's not hard. I was just being stupid, alright? I was lingering to check to see if there are any bag-wielding guys. There aren't. Good. That means I'm not going to feel forced or feel incentivized to engage those assholes anymore. I'm done with them. Officially. They can fuck off. Okay. Of course, heading straight to the boss because I want myself a Flame Lurker Cell. And by extension, I want a Meat Cleaver. Ensuring that I have good mobility here to make it across here. Alright, so there's a crystal lizard here. I can't remember if this is clearstone or what. I think he managed to run away, didn't he? Yeah, fuck him. I don't really need him. Don't put on that stupid hat. Or headgear, whatever we decided would be the appropriate term for that. Alright. It's become very dark. Of course, when there are chroma key issues, no one says anything, so I have to look myself. There will be a stone of ephemeral eyes just over here. I'm going to fix my chroma key. I mean, look, guys, look at this. It's just not fucking acceptable. Now, is that a little better? I would imagine so. I don't think anything's... No, nothing's being taken out. Good. And by that I mean, you know, I'm not going invisible or anything like that. Which is good. We want to be visible. Okay, again, I am stuck with these 2 rings right now. So, we should have enough grass for this, just in case I will equip some full moon. But yeah, we don't want the Thief's Ring for this fight anyway. This is good. Alright, get the fuck out of here. We do have the... Oh, he put himself in the perfect position for us, actually. It was very nice of him. We're able to shield most of this because we do have the purple flame shield. But even then, it does deplete a lot of our stamina when we shield that. It's actually incredible how much it depletes. Almost unreasonable. This is going to be slow going. Hope you guys can forgive me for that. Okay. This is the way I want to fight him. I mean, you can probably agree that if I were not to fight him in this way, with my current damage, it would be quite a sad state of affairs. I hate the Flame Lurker, I really do. I mean, some people love him, not my thing, personally. I hate the way his attacks have such a... The hitbox of it, not so much the hitbox, but the way it lingers. You need to roll at a very specific time to get through it, I hate it. I should be going two-handed, because I don't think I'm going to shield this stuff anymore. We'll do a two-handed R2. Get through this a little faster. Hey, look at that. We're breaking 100 damage. Sitting at about 106. No, you don't. I avoided the brunt of that for the reason that I was just out of range. Can you just come here and start running at me again? Oh, I hate it when he does this. I was a little concerned that he was going to move himself out from that little spot. But I managed to catch him. I wasn't expecting him to do a jump forward attack though. Well, it's become very, very dark. And I'll have to fix that somehow. I'm just scared that the sun's going to come out again, you know. But I guess I'll try to fix it. After this fight. Come on. I hate it when he does the jump back, and of course when he does the jump back there is always the possibility that he will lose sight of you somehow. Which is dumb. It's just a dumb AI thing, I suppose. You can see it has taken me a while to get to this point. Admittedly, I wasn't doing as much damage as I am now at the start. Just get over here. Stop with your fucking tricks. The fight itself is difficult, yeah, but the glitch here is fairly easy to achieve. And prolonging life here is not hard either. He's going to hit me through that. But only, he didn't directly hit me. I got affected by the, I suppose what you'd call the shockwave. Like that. ceramic is even having issues at this point now because the lighting's just all but gone. I'm tempted to fix it mid-fight because it's pissing me off. I don't think I will though. It's very important that I get this complete. There we go. Oh, I did a follow-up. Okay, I think he's reached the point. Has he? Yeah, he's reached the point where he's much more flamey now. He hurts even more at this point. I'm assuming they have entirely redesigned the boss room in the remake, such that there are no random spinal columns to hide behind like this. And they would have fixed his AI anyway. I mean, this is an AI exploit. Yes, but we've talked about this potato. The reason why I don't have one is because my setup doesn't allow for it. It would be a complete nightmare. Because I've already got a boom stand, tripod, laptop. Got limited space. Some people can't even get a green screen set up. That's why they don't have green screens. I've got a green screen. So, take it or leave it. Okay, so let's fix some lighting. Now we'll see if that's done anything. Has that done anything? That's a little better, but we'll raise the room light. There we go. It's a little better. Okay. And all is well once again. So I'm probably not going to fight the Dragon God. I mean, I can. There's nothing really stopping me. Should I just do it? I wonder. I should, shouldn't I? Let's just do it. Because I do have lacking damage, but it's not an issue with the Dragon God because the majority of the damage is dealt by those big spears, so I do have a decent shield here. Unupgraded, to be honest. Or does it have... No, it has no upgrade. So, actually, I don't have the Thieves Ring. I'm not doing this without the Thieves Ring, no way. I would just die. So, what we'll do is we'll return to the Nexus, we actually won't level up immediately, because I do want to make sure that I have enough souls to make the weapon that I want to make. I think I've still got my club here, yes. Make our way to the Nexus. Okay. So I'm going to put away any upgrade materials that I have, because obviously upgrade materials do not need to be in your inventory to be used by any person who can upgrade your stuff. So, I'm putting away that stupid hat. Sick of looking at it. Alright. Now, I think we need to have the Swollen Demon Soul on hand. So, upgrade materials such as these, or such as these, don't need to be in your inventory, but I'm quite sure that these souls do. Because it is that way for crafting spells, and I believe it's the same with crafting weapons. So, with that in mind, we will keep the we'll keep the Swollen Demon Soul in hand, or on hand, I suppose. And we will make our way to Ed, and make one of the most overpowered weapons in the entire Soul series. Hope you're ready. It's not going to start off as being one of the most overpowered weapons in the Soul series, however. It will be very good at this point even now. So... Can you just fucking hit him? Hit him! Fuck! Ugh. Why do you do this to me? Honestly. Okay. Now, the moment of truth. I think I just had my answer, because if I were able to make... I can't... I do have it in my inventory. This cannot be upgraded in any way. This is very confusing, because when I go to the forge screen with this guy, the club doesn't even appear. That's extremely weird. Okay, well, we can't do it with that club, but that's not the end of the world. We just have to go and get a different club, which will be in World 2 too, and that should hopefully do the job. Unfortunate, but... I thought maybe it would allow us to upgrade with that club, because we had to sort of go out of our way to get it, and there is a way to not get it at all. If you allow that broken pathway to fall, or rather than... Makes no sense if the pathway is already broken and you somehow cross it and then it breaks again. It's obviously not broken initially, but it can break. The point is that there's no jump mechanic in Demon Souls, so if you allow that to break, you can't get to the other side. So that's a weapon you can easily not get. But I did get it. So I was hoping that they would actually allow me to make the Meat Cleaver with that, but that is not what ended up happening, sadly. Oh, fuck's sake. I hate that crystal lizard. That particular one is my least favourite of the entire Demon Souls game. It's fucking shit. Right. Don't be so miserable. Don't be so painful. Alright. Off we go. Ethan, if you're watching, let me know. I have a question for you. I'm not going to ask the question twice, because I think the first time I asked it, you were not here. You can die. Yeah, that game sounds really terrible, what you're playing, Jessica. I don't like that kind of thing. The punishment is a bit too insane for failure, though. Not my kind of thing. Okay. So we don't have to go this way, but I am going to go this way. You can technically drop down to the level that I'm about to head to, but I don't feel the need. I'll just go this way. There's no real reason for me to kill you, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm sure the Archstone or Sharpstone, well, not so much the Sharpstone, but definitely the Archstone will be useful. In fact, it will be useful because I do need to upgrade my shield, don't I? Ethan, are you going to be ready in about an hour and 40 minutes to play? Actually, no, let's say 40 minutes, excuse me. I've confused myself because I'm an hour in now. But no, are you going to be ready to play Dark Souls in 40 minutes? Out of interest? Oh shit. Because I'm only going to do about 2 hours of this recording. I don't even know why I'm bothering to fight this guy, to be honest with you. I guess it's because I don't have the Thieves Ring on, isn't it? He'd just chase me. See, my body knows what to do, but my mind is just like, what are you doing, dude? I'd like to make it very clear that at this time I have 31,000 souls sitting there. Now, 31,000 souls at my current soul level, a bit of a big deal. I can't be losing those. Weren't you staying up all night? Anyway. I'm really fucking scared that I'm gonna die, okay? Now, the reason why I'm scared is not because I think I'm going to die, it's because if I do somehow die, it's going to be a big issue. That's a lot of souls to lose. What I hate about these fat officials is that they do not flinch from your attacks, particularly when they're casting. Fuck you. Get him now. Fucking arsehole. I've got reduced health. I can't be dying. Or I can't be getting hit at all, at least not by your flame toss. I'd be able to take his crop. Okay, where's the... Okay, it's over here. I get confused. It's over this one. The mechanism, that is. Okay. So again, the priority right now is getting that fucking soul back. That's really important. Oh, sorry about that. Sometimes I go to, you know, do something with my hair or scratch my face and I just like falcon punch the fucking microphone. I've got no fucking words for that situation. Fuck off. I'm chasing them and I get trapped in the rubble. I'd love for them to get trapped in it, quite frankly, but that generally doesn't happen. Because of course they avoid it. Fucking annoying. Because obviously I do want the Archstone. Because I'll need to upgrade my goddamn shield. At some point. Where's my goddamn... There it is. I'm avoiding you, not interested in you right now. I don't know how far he'll actually chase me, but... Right now, I want that fucking club. I wish that I had shards of Sharpstone. Excuse me. I wish I had shards of Archstone, not shards of Sharpstone. Oh, look at this beautiful frame. Oh my god. That... What I just experienced there must be the lowest frame rate I've ever experienced in a video game. Like, that has to be it. That's the moment, you know. Alright, I've got a lizard to kill. I believe this one gives you clear... No, this one doesn't give you clear stone, actually. This one will give me hardstone and sharpstone. Alright. Oh no, it gives you clear stone as well, so we got 2 shards of hardstone, we got 1 chunk of hardstone, shockingly. And we got 2 regular shards of clear stone. Right, let's get through. We're about to reach the club. It would be very fucking annoying. Actually, no, we're not about to reach the club. The club is up there. So we need to go around here. So I really could have gone this way in the first place. I don't think I'm doing much damage to these things. No, I'm not. This is really dangerous. I hope I don't have to deal with these guys such that they corner me and then harm me. Where's the club? I know there's a fucking club around here. Don't tell me it's further up. I know there's a club. I know for a fucking fact there's a club in this area. I'm going to be really upset if I've misremembered this. I mean, surely not. If I remember there being a club, there must be one. What the fuck is going on? It must be up there. That must be it. I must have to drop on it from up there. Which is very frustrating, because I could have done that from the beginning. Shit, that must be the club. Because I know there's one here. That can't be some false memory. That would be ridiculous. Of all the things. Why would it be a club specifically? So what we need to do is go back up. This is such a waste of my fucking time, honestly. Really frustrating. Can you... Just get out of my way, please. I have no interest in fighting it. Go get out of the way. Okay, fine. I have to fight you normally because you're blocking the tunnel. The tunnel is too fucking narrow. Oh my god. I just noticed that these guys have forked tongues. I didn't realize that until just now. Been playing this game for 11 years. I only just found out these guys have forked tongues. Bet you didn't know that. Watching out for his swings. Taking it nice and slow, because I can't get behind him for a backstab, annoyingly. Thank fuck for that. I didn't know those guys dropped chunks of sharpstone, that's interesting. Anyway. Try to get past this thing without it exploding. The annoying thing is that I need to go up now. I need to access where I want to go by going up, so instead I have to, and I've still got all those souls sitting on that bloodstain, so basically I have to go all the way back there, just to go down, pick up my bloodstain, go back up, and then drop down from a specific point to get the fucking club that may not even be there. It might not be there, we'll have to find out. We'll have to fucking pray that it's there, for fuck's sake. Otherwise I would have really wasted my goddamn time. Okay, I'm gonna turn the fucking mechanism, then I'll fight you. I hate these fucking things, man. Don't! I cannot afford to be hit by you right now. Why are you like this? Turn it, turn it, turn it! We do have an invulnerability period when we turn that. He was doing Ignite, which is basically the Demon Soul's equivalent to Combustion. Okay. More crystal lizards. Let's fucking do it. My hope is that I catch the other one as well. Get him, get him, get him, get him. Shit, I'm bouncing off the wall. Okay. So aside from bouncing off the fucking wall, and missing my opportunity for both of them, for that reason, we will go collect our bloodstain. I don't want to die. Just run, 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 run. Go, 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 go. Imagine if I would have been hit by that. Can you fucking comprehend? That would have been 32,400 souls lost. I can't believe I'm walking around with this on my bloodstain. It's insane. Or at least on my... What do you even call it? If you haven't died, it can't be on your bloodstain, because a bloodstain is when you die specifically, so I guess on your person it would do. There's some weird-ass sound. Shut up. Whatever that sound is, stop it. Well, you're damn correct about that, Potato. Fuck off, you stupid fire-casting motherfucker. Let's all have a moment of silence for how damn ranged efficient that fire is. It just goes on forever. I can't get behind him. Okay, I have to parry him. That's my only fucking choice. Again, I keep forgetting that that is technically a fucking option available to me. Fuck. I'm wasting my damn time. Well, not you specifically, but definitely your brethren. Those people are fucking assholes. You might be a nice guy. I don't know. But if I were to use your brethren as a reference, you would be a fucking asshole. Okay. Now, I don't know if I have enough health for this shit. I really don't know. I hope I do. I don't think I can equip the cling ring, can I? No. No, I can't. Okay, let's fucking pray that I've got enough health for this shit. I believe I do. Yes. This is not what I was looking for. The club is down here. If this is not a club, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, the moment of truth. Is this a fucking club? Okay, so that means that I thought the Great Axe was a club. Why did I think that? Why did I remember the Great Axe as a club? Holy shit. I need to find the fucking... Oh my god. I need to find where it is. This is driving me insane. Demon Souls Wiki. Why did I remember it as a club? I don't know. I really remembered it as a club for some fucking reason. Ew, I'm on the Fextra Life, fuck off. Oh, it's the Great Club, not the Reinforced Club. That's why it's so heavy. Okay. So there is a club in this area. Let's relax. I haven't totally wasted my time. Okay? Oh, I've killed myself. Okay. So 32,000 souls, let's get these back. Again? What is this, the third time I've had to try and return to this bloodstain? Hoping that I don't lose 32,000 souls. How hard was it to just level up a little bit? So that in the event I did lose my souls, I wouldn't lose all of them. At least I would have put some of them into a fucking level up. Fuck off, arsehole. I know your fucking flame is dangerous as hell. I know all about it. I know how fucking damaging it is. Here we go again. I don't know if this guy can... You know what? In case this guy can fucking one-shot me, I'm not risking this shit. In case he can one-shot me with an attack. Okay, I thought that I had removed my shield. Apparently have not. Yeah, in case he can one-shot me with my health at a reduced length. Yeah. Okay. So again, getting my souls back. Well, I don't necessarily hate Fextra Life. I don't like them. The reason why I would never use the Fextra Life wiki for Demon Souls is because there was a perfectly fine wiki that was perfectly comprehensive, had excellent tips from the people who were writing it, and that's it. There was no reason for any other wiki to exist, so I'm not interested in looking at the Fextra Life wiki for Demon Souls. Now, my issue with Fextra Life has to do with the fact that they like to do this little thing, it's very fucking annoying, where they play whatever live stream they're doing on Twitch automatically on the page while you're there. Now, that's a really shitty move, because some people are running on limited data. What if they leave a tab open, and your stream's just running in the background the whole fucking time, and they don't even know it? It's just using up their data for no reason. It's stupid. And that might be less relevant a point now, but they've been doing this for a long time, alright? Long time. Shut the fuck up. This is the club. At least I didn't waste my time entirely. I definitely wasted my time quite a bit here, but at least I was on the right track. I just misplaced the items in my mind, that's all I had done. So that's a good fucking thing. Oh, for fuck's sake, I didn't mean to fall down there. Whatever, let's just get this crystal. Go. Get him. Cue him. Yeah, I'm not interested in Fextra Life at all. And they're super, like, they're really lazy too. Like, they don't even... I don't know if it's them. I don't know how Fextra Life works really, but whoever is contributing to the Fextra Life wikis, not very... I mean, they're the definitive wiki, right? And there's still a lot of stuff that's not detailed. Like, it's not a comprehensive wiki in general. Like, there's a lot of information missing. So, it begs the question... You just give me the fucking thing. But it begs the question... What's the point? You know, if you're going to make a wiki, complete it. That's what I would do. If I were passionate enough to start a wiki, I would see it through to the end. I wouldn't half-arse it. Because that's the whole point of having a wiki in the first place, is to have a comprehensive write-up of all the information of a game. In this sense. So, yeah, it's a bit weird to me, but whatever. I won't complain too much, but... Yeah, I wouldn't say Fextra Life is anything to be too impressed with. Yeah, I guess they have wrong information too. I don't know if they have wrong information, but if that's what you say, I wouldn't doubt it. But it strikes me as odd that I can go into the Fextra Life wiki for Dark Souls 3. Like, Dark Souls 3 has sold like 15 million copies worldwide. Something stupid like that. 15 million copies. The definitive wiki is the Fextra Life wiki. It's not complete. Now, I don't know if this is a sign of the times. It must be. But once upon a time, that just wouldn't happen. Like a major game. The definitive wiki of any major game once upon a time would not be incomplete. Because there would be at least a handful of people in the world passionate enough to complete the wiki. But it's like those people don't exist. So maybe there is a complete wiki of Dark Souls 3. But it's certainly not with Fextra Life, I'll tell you that much. So, yeah. Oh, these guys are coming after me now. Well, I need some fucking Stones of Ephemeral Life, so it works out rather well. Oh, well, I'm pretty sure I fucking parried you successfully. I'm not fighting them right now because I've already spent enough time here. Fuck off. If you want to chase me on this elevator, you can, okay? Easy. I've got 32,000 souls that I really want to use at this point. But more than anything. Okay, one of them killed themselves. Shit, I have to go back down. They both killed themselves. Okay, so I know that because I just received the souls from them. So what that means is that I have to go down and pick up their items. And if their items are not there, then hopefully I can quit and reload and their items will be there. That's my hope. Yeah, Dark Souls 3 sales numbers are insane. The thing is with Dark Souls 3 is that most of the sales numbers are of people who barely played the game, to be honest with you. Like, so many people would have bought Dark Souls 3 and barely played it. The number of people who finished it versus the number of people who actually bought it, the difference between those numbers would be immense. So, yeah. You can tell by just the Steam achievements. Now, this is Steam. I've got no idea how it is on the Xbox and the PlayStation, but on Steam, you look at basic achievements and see the percentage of people who have those achievements. It's pretty low. It's a pretty low percentage. Like, some basic achievements are like 70% of players have this. What? So a fair percentage of people have like barely played the game is what you're telling me. I'm really pissed off. It looks like I've missed out on like 2 Stones of Ephemeral Eyes, which is fucking shit. But anyway. I don't care at this point. But yeah, sales numbers I don't think really accounts for anything. It accounts for things like cultural impact. It accounts for good advertising. But it doesn't really account for the quality of a game, because most of these people who buy it, they don't even play the full fucking thing. Well, not most. I'd say, let's say, I'm gonna throw out a number. Might be a bit silly to do so, because I don't know what the numbers would be. But let's say 40% of people who bought Dark Souls 3 have not finished it. I was gonna say that. 40% of people who have bought Dark Souls 3, and it might be a higher percentage than that. It's possible that's a little too high, but it's also possible that there's a higher percentage than that, in reality, of the number of people who have bought the game, but haven't even finished it. So, but having said that, that might not be the most profound realization, because maybe most people don't finish games they buy anyway. I don't know, I haven't really thought about that. But, let's say, at least get halfway through. My meaning is that a lot of people buy these games, touch it a little bit, and then just stop. I don't know. I don't know if it's because they find it too hard, I can't imagine it. It's fucking Dark Souls 3, come on. It's not a difficult game, but maybe for some people it is, I don't fucking know. But, yeah, I just feel as if something like sales numbers, I find that to be a really empty thing. It doesn't carry as much weight as people would like it to, I think. And I've talked about this before, but what is popular is never... Well, it can occasionally, definitely, coincide with what's best, but usually it coincides with what's best advertised, and what just happens to have the right cultural impact. So, the reason why Dark Souls 3 did very well was because it was the Souls game that came out at the height of its popularity. At the height of the series' popularity. So, and the ball started rolling on that with Dark Souls 2. Now, why did it start rolling with Dark Souls 2? I can assure you it's not because the game was better than anything that came before it. It was because Dark Souls 2 was advertised to a degree that the first Dark Souls and Demon Souls had not been. So that's why the ball started rolling. It all began with advertising. So, if the ball starts rolling with advertising, just how much does the quality of the game account for its popularity? It definitely has to play a part, because the game will not stay in people's minds if it's a bad game, obviously. But you know, it's very easy for there to be hype, and I do enjoy watching people's expectations fall by the wayside. Like, for me, the first major situation, like the first cultural event of hype being completely destroyed when it comes to a video game. Well, I suppose it was it Duke Nukem Forever? So I think Duke Nukem Forever was the first one, and then Brink, for me, personally. Like, I think it was called Duke Nukem Forever. You know, whatever was the first Duke Nukem game to come out in, like, almost 10 years. It wasn't quite 10 years, it was like 8. But, you know, big lead up, everyone was excited. Ended up super shit, everyone was upset, everyone was crying, tears were shed. Yeah, etc, etc. But then Brink as well. Now, Duke Nukem was a little different. That had a name that it had to live up to. Brink, that just came out of nowhere. It was just really, really fucking well advertised. So, people are excited for it. Why? Because it was well advertised. Why are you excited about something well advertised? And then they played it and they're like, this is terrible. It just goes to show that, like, something that's well advertised does not fucking mean that it's something that's good. So, I don't know. It's not exactly the most interesting... It's not a very profound point, but it seems to escape some people's minds. Yeah, Square Enix is really on the path to... What's going on? I'm an idiot. I'm such an idiot. It might have even been possible with the Great Club. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna find out. I'm such a fucking idiot. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I forgot to give Ed the Red Hot Demon song. Okay, thank fuck. We could only do it with the club. I was really going to get pissed off if we could do it with the Great Club that we had before. Okay. Now, what I was going to say was that Square Enix is quickly becoming the new EA, because... yeah, they're really shitty. Anyway. This is the weapon. Wow. Unupgraded. Can this thing even be upgraded? I think it can. I believe it upgrades through Colorless Demon Souls, doesn't it? It cannot be upgraded. Why did I remember that as being a weapon that could be upgraded? No wonder it doesn't always end up being as good as the Dragon Bone Smasher. That makes sense. So I guess you can't upgrade boss weapons in this game. It's little things like that that I forget. But, oh, I see, I have an ability shortage. Well, I'm doing... that has to mean something. I have an ability shortage with this thing, and it's still doing more damage than my +3 bastard sword. Wow. Okay, so 26 strength. That's a little frustrating, but we can two-hand it. Two-handed? 358 damage. Let's keep in mind that we've barely touched dexterity. We don't even have enough strength to wield it one-handed, and we're already doing 358 damage. That's insane. That's really, that's quite impressive. Okay, well, I guess we'll have to focus on strength still. Get it up to 26. I feel a little better about having brought my strength to 23 with that in mind. But, one good thing is that we have a lot of souls at the moment, so we can actually probably get to the strength level that we need to one-hand it. And then we can focus on dexterity until we get up to about 20, I would say. Now, we have the soul of the armor spider and... well, no, we don't have the red hot demon soul at the moment, that's fine. What we can do is consume that, that's fine, we don't need that. And then we'll consume all this other stuff. We've got some leveling up to do, my friends. How far have we gone through this recording? We are 1 hour and 45 minutes, so that means we can get some more souls from the Dragon God as well. We'll definitely do that. Alright, so you guys aren't getting any information about how many souls I have, so I'm going to tell you. We are at 41,476. So, with that in mind, let's do some leveling up. There is a certain temptation, I will admit, to go into the Dragon God boss room with 41,000 souls, kill the Dragon God, then get even more so that I can level up all at once. But I'm smart enough not to do that. 26 in strength. Now, the problem here is that I really want to increase my vitality as well, because my item burden really sucks. So I'm going to get you to 15. Now I can use the Meat Cleaver. We are doing 331 damage, one-handed. Pretty solid. Very nice. I'm not liking my grass at the moment. I do like to have Half Moon grass for the early part of the game. Alright, let's go and fight the Dragon God, shall we? Lord Rydell. Okay. I think his name is Rydell. I think the fact that it's double L basically confirms that it's Rydell. If it were a single L, I think it would be Rydell. Yeah. I think that confirms it. I'm sure it's said at some point. This is the funny thing. I'm sure his name is said aloud at some point. Uh-oh, I don't have the thief string. This was the reason why I increase my fucking... Hey, you can't see me, can you? No. This is the reason why I increased my vitality, so I didn't have to use the Herculean strength ring. Okay. Keep moving. Get there. I'm probably still gonna get hit. No? Okay, good. Now, usually I do get hit no matter what. Here. Don't you do it, don't you do it, don't you do it. Woo! Okay, whatever. I took the hit, that's fine. As long as I have survived. That's what's important. So yeah, this Meat Cleaver here, beautiful weapon. Seems that even though it doesn't upgrade, the scaling's so insane that it really does make up for the fact that it can't be upgraded, and for the fact that it only starts at about 96 damage. And when I say starts at, I mean innately has only that much. So that's, well, ladies and gentlemen, that is a Stone of Ephemeral Eyes, which I really do need. So I'm going to find something to drop. I don't need the Great Axe. If I... oh, I don't have that in my inventory, so that's kind of... okay. I was thinking maybe I had the Great Axe in my inventory and that would be weighing me down, so therefore, if I dropped it, I'd have a whole lot more space, but no. Fuck, I really need to increase my vitality. What would make me hyped for Elden Ring? Nothing. If they decided, guess what guys, it's actually Dark Souls 4, that would make me excited. But if it's going to be called Elden Ring, no. That would, stop. Don't reorder. But yes, that is what would make me excited for Elden Ring. I'm sure it'll be good. I don't think it'll be a bad game. Okay. Now we can pick up the Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. Yeah, I think the Dragon God is an exciting boss fight initially, but then it doesn't maintain its exciting nature for the reason that once you've done it once or twice, it sort of loses the wow factor, because the thing is, the Dragon God is a very epic creature. It's very large, and certainly deserving of the term Dragon God to describe it. But the fight is pretty... well, it's a non-event, isn't it? I wish the fast attack was a little faster. Or sorry, the run attack was a little faster. Alright, this is a clear stone crystal lizard, so we definitely need to kill this one. If I could fucking hit it. That would make things a little easier. If I could fucking hit it. I'm surprised this thing's taking the hit so comfortably. Well, no, it's the spiritual successor. Although... no, I don't know. I think... okay, so what that probably means is that it will have a similar relationship to the Dark Souls series as Demon Souls has a relationship. Well, the relationship will be similar to that of the relationship between Demon Souls and Dark Souls, in the sense that it will be similar, but there will be something fundamentally different. So the fundamental difference between Demon Souls and Dark Souls is that instead of exploring an open area, you're exploring things in Archstones. That's the fundamental difference between those two games, but maybe there'll be something different again with Elden Ring. I'd like that. That would be cool. Then it could be treated as Souls, but then again, if they've chosen to depart from the term Souls, then it makes me wonder if it's going to be even more different than Demon Souls versus Dark Souls. We'll see. It's 26,000 souls. 26,800 more specifically. And we will consume the Dragon God boss soul, I believe. Yes, we will be doing that. The only soul that we want to keep is the... oh, that's right, we need a certain amount of faith for this, don't we? Oh no, we've got the... this scales with faith. It's an A scaling with faith. And it requires 16 faith, did I? Oh, I gave myself the faith that I needed, that's right. So, okay. Yeah, the only soul that we really want to hold on to, if for the whole build, there are two souls. It is the Swollen Demon Soul, we've already taken care of that, and we also want the Soul of the Old Hero, or Old Hero's Soul, whatever it's called, so that we can give that to Saint Urbane, and get the second chance miracle. Elden Ring is proper open world. No wonder. Yeah. Proper open world. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. If it was Souls but open world, that would make me wet. But I'm worried that there are going to be fundamental changes beyond that. If it was Souls but open world. Yeah, so if it were as different as Demon Souls is to Dark Souls, and the major difference was the fact that it was open world, I think I would love it. I think I would absolutely adore it. I think it would be really, really fun. So, yeah. That makes me a little excited, to be honest. Okay. Now, I think God's Wrath, or yeah, it's called God's Wrath, that is from the Dragon Demon Soul, isn't it? I don't want God's Wrath, because I only have space for... yeah, that's right, I was only going to have 2 miracle slots, which is enough to have second chance equipped and nothing else. So, yeah, I'll just consume the Dragon Demon Soul, that's fine. I don't need it. Don't need you. Get more souls to level up. 8 kingdoms that work like Archstones, but bigger. That's cool. That's awesome. So basically it'll be like an Archstone system, but instead of little nodes that you can walk through, it would be like a large open world. That would be really cool. I'd like that a lot. I think that would do incredibly well. Imagine how well that would do. That's incredible. That'll be the big game of the coming decade, I think. That'll be the Skyrim. I mean, you know what? Elder Scrolls has to be careful because From Software is going to come in and eat their lunch, because if they enter the open world space, you better be fucking careful. Bethesda, or ZeniMax, or whoever the fuck owns it now, Microsoft. Oh, Microsoft. You know what? They can fail. Fuck them. Elder Scrolls can die in the open world space as far as I'm concerned. Because From Software's coming for you guys. And you've already gone and allowed yourself to be sold off to Microsoft. So, have fun with that. Imagine if From Software was bought by Microsoft. Imagine that for just a brief moment. That would be a concern for me. Just in concept. I don't even know if it would make a huge difference, but just in concept it really bothers me. I don't know. Okay. Let's go and level up, shall we? What I like about the Meat Cleaver as well is that perpetual bloodstain that just remains there forever. Okay. Now, you're going to 15. You're going to 15. Kind of want you to 20 now. Although my endurance is a bit awkward at 13, isn't it? I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, Elder Scrolls, well... No, I didn't have faith in Elder Scrolls 6 almost from the moment Elder Scrolls 5 came out, and the reason why was because it was a very clear progression. You had an RPG series that slowly became more and more like an action game. You had... like, the beginning of the end was Oblivion, and Oblivion was fun, but you could clearly see what direction things were going in when Skyrim came out, because Skyrim was even more of what Oblivion was different in, as compared to the games that came before. Attacks became less... well, I suppose attacking was even more mindless back in Oblivion. Just the speed at which you would attack in Oblivion was ridiculous, especially compared to the games that came before. Because back in the older games, each individual attack that you would do had meaning to it. You'd have to, with every swing of your sword, or every swing of whatever weapon you had in hand, you would have to... that would be a separate action. You would actually take the time to make the swing. But then beginning with Oblivion, it was all about spamming the click, you know? Spam your mouse click, left mouse. But, it was a bit less spammy in Skyrim, but more things changed that made it less like an RPG. So clearly, Elder Scrolls 6, following that progression, is going to be even less like an RPG, and it'll be sort of like more Skyrim, but even less like Elder Scrolls. Like, Elder Scrolls' identity is slowly but surely going down the drain, and the reality is that more people want an action game than an RPG today. Because RPG is a word that's been hijacked, it really has been. An RPG... well, it depends on who you're talking to, I guess. For some people, RPG just means you're playing a character that's going through a story, and the character is playing a role. That's not really the definition of RPG, as... well, in the sense that Elder Scrolls becoming less like an RPG. The point of that is that the way the whole stat system works is changing over time. Traditional RPG games had a very specific stat system, and the way that they worked was very specific, and that is what made a game an RPG. But the term RPG became hijacked over time to not mean that anymore, so technically, for some people it's still an RPG. So basically, the Elder Scrolls series is shifting almost in the same way that the term RPG is shifting. Now, I'm not going to say that the Elder Scrolls series is responsible for the shift of the term of RPG, but they're definitely one of the big players in the shift of that term, because there's this misunderstanding that Elder Scrolls is still RPG. It's not, and Elder Scrolls 6 will not be an RPG. So, I personally am one of the people who will tell you that an RPG is something that's almost dead now. It's something that you'd find in the 90s but wouldn't really find today. So, yeah. There are definitely games with RPG elements, but not actual true RPGs. That's the point. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't think they'd fuck up Elder Scrolls in the same way they'd fuck up Fallout. Fallout was always the side project. It definitely had a great basis in Elder Scrolls, but it was never the main project. But, yeah, Elder Scrolls 6, I mean... we'll see what happens with it. I really don't know. I'm not sitting here holding out hope or anything like that, but... we'll just have to see. Decided to take endurance of 15 because I like it when it's a multiple of 5. And then another point in dexterity. There we go. How are we going for damage? 342. Not too bad. I believe that's an increase of 10. Well, I suppose the lore... well, I'm not so worried about... yeah, Ethan, again, I'm concerned about the way it plays. I want it to play like a Souls game. It doesn't have to... lore-wise, doesn't matter. But if what you're saying, Ethan, is that it can't be called DS4 because it's not lore-friendly, that's why they have to change to the name of Elden Ring, then that makes sense, because they might still have a desire to make a Souls-esque game, like really... I shouldn't say Souls-esque, that's really wrong. So many variations of gameplay can fall under the term of Souls-like, but as far as From Software is concerned, only the actual Souls games take my interest, at least in the context of Bloodborne. Anyway, yeah, we'll see what happens. It's so speculatory that I don't really have anything to say at this point. I mean, I've said a whole lot, even though I just said that I've got nothing to say, but I have nothing to say of any substance for the reason that I don't know what the fuck's going to happen. I don't know what I'm going to like, I don't know what I'm going to dislike, I don't know what I can expect. All I can expect is that it will be fucking popular, everyone's going to love it, there's going to be a whole lot of people with giant red rockets that are going to be bending over their computer chairs to get a good, you know, angle to do that business, you know. Get good leverage to fully pump themselves free of all the built-up semen that has indeed built up since the original announcement of Elden Ring, but, well, not really the announcement, but, you know, the original rumblings of Elden Ring. But whether or not I like it will be a different matter. Hopefully I'm going to be one of those people with the red rockets, I don't know, but it hasn't happened for a while. I don't really care about the lore side of things. If you guys care, then that's great, but they can completely abandon the lore and it wouldn't really bother me. Anyway, I do thank you all for watching. I will see you next time. This has been Demon Souls, the livestream series. We have made an important step forward in our build because we now have the main weapon of the build. There are going to be other weapons for the build, obviously. There are certain weapons that definitely do work well with a quality build, and also there is, well, the very origins of the quality build system, which, by the way, the term quality build was a term that leaked into the Dark Souls series with people not even realizing where it originated from. People called it quality build in Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3, not even realizing. Well, I can't really speak for Dark Souls 3, but they did still use it in Dark Souls 2 and the first Dark Souls, and they didn't even realize where it came from. It came from this game, because quality is a weapon type. And, yeah, anyway, point is that there are a few weapons that will fit into this sort of method of stat allocation, and I will try to get those, but again, this is the main weapon because it is the most overpowered, and I hope you enjoy seeing its use in the next video. And I think in the next video we will take care of World 1 too, because it is about time that we do that. we'll go and shit on the Tower Knight. This is probably going to be the strongest that I've ever been fighting the Tower Knight. Maybe not ever, but for a long time. But I do thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time, and sit tight for the next recording. Bye bye.